So as of right now, the world is trying to move farther away from the use of fossil fuels and more towards the use of renewable resources. And one solution to that is the use of hydropower. And so today we're going to be discussing hydropower and how it's used to create electrical energy. There are three different types of river-based hydroelectric facilities: storage, runoff river, and pumped hydro. So how does the water turn into energy? Like, how does that work? The plants or the power stations, they capitalize on the kinetic energy of the falling water to produce electricity. Kinetic energy exists in any body of water that flows by the force of gravity on a downhill slope. So the higher the disparity between water and the next level is, the more kinetic energy is produced and therefore the more electricity. So how we capitalize on that is we create dams, and when the water flows down, it goes through turbines and generators, which then go out into electrical grids and create electricity for whoever needs it.
Hydropower was important during the Industrial Revolution at the beginning of the 1800s and provided mechanical power for textile and machine industries. The most important year in hydropower history was 1831, when the first electric generator was invented by Michael Faraday. The first hydroelectric power plant, located in Appleton, Wisconsin, began to generate electricity already in 1882. In the 19th century, these power plants was built rapidly in suitable areas all around the world. 1936 marks an important year. The largest hydroelectric power plant, the Hoover Dam, was opened and generated. During the first half of the 1900s, the hydropower became the most important source of electricity. In 2008, Three Gorges Dam in China was built. This is the largest power plant at current date. Hydropower is considered a mature technology. It contributes about 16% of global electricity generation today, and will contribute even more in the future.
Hydropower has many advantages. First of all, producing the energy through water does not contaminate the resource itself. The water is still clean and could be used afterwards. The process does not release any harmful toxins, so it is fairly safe compared to nuclear and fossil fuel, which might cause radiations and produce harmful gases. The dams last for a long time once built. The dams require fuel replacement, and which keep a low cost. Everything has its cons, of course. In order to use hydropower, dams, roads, and pipes must be built. The ecosystem around might be damaged, and displaced people who used to live around the area might also become an issue. The bridges from the old dams might lead to flood and death, and cases had happened before which show this might not necessarily be the safest way.
Geothermal is harnessing the Earth's natural heat. Heat is energy. It works somewhat the same as hydroelectricity. There are three main ways to generate electricity, each depending on the place that the plant is built on. Dry steam power plants function by having naturally occurring steam moving through the ground and passing through a turbine. Then it condenses into water and goes back into the earth. Flash steam power plants pumps up really hot water, and by depressurizing it, it flashes it into steam and move through the turbines. Binary cycle power plants also pump up water, but this time it doesn't need very hot water. The warm water passes by another loop filled with another liquid, which has a significantly lower boiling point, and that liquid turns into steam and moves through the turbine. The pros of geothermal electricity is that it is basically unlimited. So long as the earth does not implode, it is always there.
We do not have to rely on water or sunlight or wind or even fossil fuel. It is also very environmentally friendly. You don't need to burn anything. The cons, however, is that it has a really high initial cost. To drill the holes and build the buildings, you need at least 1 to 4 million to start it up. Also, the pipes are underground and they are harder to repair than most solutions. Compared to hydroelectricity, you still need energy to pump up the hot water or steam from the ground.